So the materials you'll be needing are your leather piece, your leather pieces. I'm going to tell you the measurements for this particular bag. You also need your tape to do the measuring, your scissors, your marker or a chalk or anything that can give you a clear marking. And you may also need your, I call it my L-shaped ruler because it helps me get perfect edges or straight lines. There is a bigger one that is bigger than this. Then obviously your sewing machine. We will not be using gun for this. This will be purely sewing. Alright, so let's continue. Unfortunately, the brown material you see here is supposed to be for another design. So I'll be making use of a black material. The picture you saw was one of the bags I had done previously, and I needed to repeat the same bag. So please be aware, making use of the brown, the black material. Alright, so the measurements you need are 12 inches by 11 inches. You need 2 pieces of this, 12 by 11. You also need 1 piece of this, and this is 10 by 5, 10 by 5. And you also need 1 other smaller piece. This piece is 6 by 5. You can even make it 6 by 4.5. You will understand what this will be for. This is going to be used for the strap, the drawstring. While you will need 2 by 3 inches. You need 2 pieces of this. 2 pieces of this. And then most importantly, you will need the handle. The handle can be dependent on what kind of design you want. You may want a chain handle, or you may still want to use the leather handle. So to get the dimension of the leather handle, because for the whole of the bag, I'm going to put up the picture of what I mean. The hole for the bag, I want something that can go through the hole, so I'll be using a 1.5 inch dimension. Because of the way I'm going to sew it, I'm going to be folding it this way and then sewing it this way. So I sew on this and sew on this. Then you would also need the same dimension, but that will be for the drawstring, and the length of that is dependent on what you want. Probably you can cut a 30-inch or something smaller or something bigger. For me, I will still have to cut this out because it's quite long. I usually cut something longer because it depends on the class. So you can need a 30 or a 40-inch. But when we are done, you will definitely see what I mean. But for this, it depends on how long you want the handle to be. So the handle of this usually is sometimes 60, but I want something shorter this time around. Something shorter. This is about 40, 45 thereabouts. Alright, so the next thing you have to do is to sew these handles. And how I sew my handle is I fold this part, then fold it. I don't know if you can see. And once I fold, I sew on this and sew on this. So once I'm done sewing, I'll bring it to you. Then the next thing I also do is to sew this part and this part together. That's making the good sides face each other, align it properly. And the part you'll be sewing, make sure that the 12 inches is the one facing you, or depending on how you want the bag. Do you want the bag to be a bit wider or a bit longer? I want it this way. So the 12 inches is this way, while the 11 inches this way, and I'm sewing here all the way. Please do not sew the top and do not sew the bottom. So when I'm done sewing these two pieces together, I'll bring it and I'll show it to you. Then the next thing you have to sew, I fold this into 2 equal halves. I sew this straight and I sew this straight. I also fold this into 2 equal halves, sew this straight and I sew this straight. Now you may be asking, what is this for? And this is the side of the bag where I put my handle, and that is what it is used for. Then the next one is the drawstring holder. So I fold this into this way and I fold this way. I sew this together, and I sew this together. So what basically I'm trying to do is to sew this so that once I'm done and I sew the middle, now upon sewing the middle, that means I have 2 holes, and these 2 holes is to put the drawstring through these holes. So when I'm done sewing, I'll show it to you. Then this last part will be used. That's why I said do not sew up and down. So once you're done sewing, you cover this and then sew it round. When I'm done, I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I am back. I have been able to sew the sides. I left the front, the top and the bottom open, and I also put my label. Yes, so the next thing I'm to do, and please don't forget, while you are sewing inside, do not forget to put in the bag, the handle for the bag, like I told you. Then I also found the midpoint of this part and I marked it, the midpoint, and I marked it. Then the base, that's the 10 by 5 inches. I marked the midpoint. And then the next thing I'm to do is to put this together and then sew round. So that's going to form my base. Then I'll come and I will also sew this part, and then I'll come back and show you what I have done. Okay, so I've sewn this round. That's the base I talked to you about. Let me trim off some of this excess thread. So that's it. I fixed it. So I'm going to turn it inside out. And I top stitched the base on the inside. So let me trim all the other excess thread. So there you have it. Don't forget this handle I talked to you about. So now it's time to fix in the strap here, but we have to do some measurement and then drill some holes. So I'm going to drill some holes. I'm using my awl to mark so that when I pierce it through, it reflects behind. The reason for this is I intend to put in my eyelets. To put in my eyelets. Okay, so I'm through with drilling the holes on the bags like I told you when I used this. So what I did was, after puncturing the holes and making them reflect behind, I had to use my scissors to cut this out, and I did this for the front and also this for the back. And then secondly, for the back, once I was done, I had started putting the eyelets. As you can see, I had to pause here then to show you how it looks like. So these are the eyelets. The first one eyelet here, then the ring here, then we'll use the machine to clip it, and that's it. And so I'm going to complete that through the entire process for the bag, and then I would show you the outcome. So a big congratulations. I am fully done with this process. Let me chip off some excess thread. Okay, and whatever needs to be burnt will be burnt. Okay, so don't forget this part I showed you where I told you I was going to divide it into two. Now I'm going to show you how it's going to be used. And hope you didn't also forget this part of the handle that I shared with you that will be sewn. Okay, so how do I fix this? You consider where you want your front or your back to be. This is your front, or this should be your back. So I want this to be my front, and I count 1 2 3. The fourth one is where I begin to insert. So I do in, out, in, out. While I'm doing that, I'm aligning it properly so that it doesn't wobble, and then dragging it out at the same time. In, out. We're going to do this to the entire process. In, out, in, out, in, and then the last one should definitely come out. And now note that whatever you are doing, make sure that this rope is long enough. Also do not forget this part to pass it through, and then pass this through. And whatever you're doing, make sure it is equal. So for example, once you stretch this, see, oh my god, the beauty of the bag is magnificent. It's fluffy. Okay, so there you have the bag coming out. So what I was trying to say is that this long part shouldn't be so long that it begins to affect whatever you're doing. Let me do this. So once you fix this, you can use a design or whatever. Usually I like to tie it. I want it this way. Can do it neatly or however you want it to be. So if you want it to be this long, just note that this part will be cut. So now the reason why I like it long is so that if I need to open the bag, once I open it, this part, because if it were short, it will be this way, and it does not allow you open the bag enough sufficiently. So if this is out, so you can really open the bag like out. So let me close my bag. Like I said, don't forget to cut off this part. Now the handle, fixing the handle dependent on what you want. You can use a chain handle or the leather bag or the leather handle you created. Let me bring a chain handle so you can see what I'm talking about. And when you do, you what's it called, you tie it so that it doesn't lose or go out. But before I continue, let me bring a chain handle. Yes, so this is the chain handle, but I will not necessarily use the entire length. No, this is no one. So it's dependent on whatever you want. You can get this. Let me also get the hook. So like I mentioned, it's dependent on what you want. You can get this hook, open it a little bit, a little wider, you hook it. So the thing is, you just have to prepare, meaning that if you'll be using this, you make this a bit slimmer so that this can go in easily, and then you fix this. There's a way you can open here, you fix it here, and then you hook it. So, or if you do not want to use this, you can fix this in and then just give me some time. So you can fix this in. There's a way you open this up. I hope it opens. I don't want to break my fingernail. So there's a way you open this up, and then you fix this, and this comes out beautifully well. So let me remove this. Let me take this out. I'm supposed to have sealed it up, but because I'm trying to show you an example of what could be done, to do this. And there you have it. The bag is sealed and then ready. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and also leave a comment in the comment box. All the links to every other bag you want are in the description box below. I'll be hoping to see you in my next video. And I will also be linking the specification, I think, in the description box. So should this be all together? So this can go, this can go. Thank you.